Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to SkyFactory 2.5. Today, well, we're going to be playing with what I've got. You see that right there? That's an unknown dimlet. So we're going to get into RFTools today. You ready? Hope so. Let's get started. Yep, today we're going to get into RFTools, and that means we need to start taking care of a lot of these dimlets that we have been getting from our Enderman farm. Remember, that was from a few episodes ago. Long term, what we're trying to do is get a dimension, build a dimension where we can spawn dragons so we can eventually get to automated awakened draconiums. So we have to actually research these dimlets, because right now they're unknown. So we need to take all... Well, it's currently 1201. We need to turn them into something that we can actually look at. So there's going to be biomes and mob types and sky types and weather types and effects and all sorts of fun stuff. And so we need to figure out how to, or what each one is going to be. And it's a bit of a random chance from one of the machines we're going to be building today. So let's just start. I've got the entire project laid out here. It's going to be a little bit bigger. We're going to be taking care of some machines that we're not going to be using today, but we're going to need them for messing with dimensions in the long run. So I figure, you know what? While we're at it, we'll just build it. So first things first, we do need a dimension manual. This is going to tell us how to build dimensions. You know, I've already been through this for the most part, but that just shows you the recipe for that. So there we go. I do need to fill up my project bag. We're going to put all of this stuff in here for now, including that, and I think we should be good. All right, moving on. Those unknown dimlets, we need to turn them into something that we know about, and we're going to use the dimlet researcher for that. So we'll build that pretty simple recipe, and then in case we get some dimlets that we don't want, we can scramble them. You can turn 3 dimlets into 1, and 3 low value or ones that you know you're not going to use. It'll randomly generate a new dimlet for you. So it has a way of getting rid of dimlets as well. We're going to need a dimension inscriber for when we start building dimensions. And then over here, this is the dimension builder. The inscriber is the thing that you use to put together the overall pieces of the puzzle that is going to be your dimension. The dimension builder is what we use to actually fill it with RF and get it going on the system. The dimension editor, when we decide, oh, you know what, I don't like the properties of a particular dimension, we'll put the final dimension. We can rebuild it a little bit. We're going to need a transmitter to get there. We're going to need a receiver to get back, and then we're going to need a dialing device to work with our transmitter and receiver so that we can get there and back again. Destination analyzer lets us know that a dimension is perfectly valid for us to go to. Lit Workbench. We're going to be using this because we can't get the dragon dimlet. Well, we could get lucky and get a dragon dimlet, but we may end up having to build it. And so the Lit Workbench is what we want for that. We're going to need a bunch of these dimension tabs, maybe not quite a stack, but you know what? I want to be prepared. Well, that's okay, so it stacks to 16, so I made 4 stacks of that. That's fine. Modular storage. Now, here's the other part. Once we go from unknown dimlets to regular dimlets, they're going to take up 1 spot. Okay, you can stack them as long as they're the same, but we're going to need a better storage system than just loading up my ME system with a bunch of dimlets. We're going to use the RFTools modular storage for that. It's got something built in for dimlets specifically, and well, we're going to be using a different tiers. So we've got storage level 1. That lets you put 100 stacks in. That's fine. It's a good start, but remember, 1 dimlet is a stack. Okay, so we might end up needing more than that. So we take this 1, we can build a 2. That gets us to 200 stacks. And then if we go here, we can take that second level and put it in here and get a 3rd tier. So that's going to give us 300 stacks, which means 300 dimlets on the worst case. And we've got 1200 we've got to go through. Probably going to have some duplicates, so we may be able to store up to, I don't know, maybe 350 or so. Depends on how that all goes. We might have to build another set of, or another thing of RFTools or the modular storage and do this whole setup with the tiers and this particular Dimlet storage module. So that's the recipe for that. What that does is it gives you a few more options in the modular storage block to sort your Dimlets. All right, so with that out of the way, we need to just come along, get some vein miner going. And there we go. We got all of these, and we can send those back to the ME system forthwith. Okay, so first things first, all of our unknown Dimlets are in here, right? So we're up to 1204 now. I do still have the Enderman farm going because I don't know how many of these we're going to need. We need at least a rarity 6 Dimlet so that we can make our dragon mob Dimlet, so, or dimension. So I'm just going to keep the Enderman farm on, and we're going to start in here. What we need to do is we need to export the unknown Dimlets from the ME system, and we're going to send that into an Ender chest. My mouse is having some issues. Probably have to get a new one here soon, but sometimes it doesn't fully register a standard click. So what we're going to do is put an export bus here, and we're going to put in an unknown Dimlet, and we're just going to export those, and we're going to send that to, let's just make sure I've got, what is it, cyan, white, light gray, because that kind of looks like a Dimlet, right? Well, I guess maybe it should be black. Maybe, let's see, do we have any, we should have some ink sacs, I think. Yeah, that's what we're going to do. Cyan, light gray, and black. And let's just do this here. We'll get the two of those together. Grab the ink sac there. You know what? I wanted it there. Ooh, I'm not quite prepared for this now, am I? Light gray. Let's grab that. And another ink sac. All right. I didn't really think this through. I just kind of threw that together. So light gray on that one, and then ink sac right there. Good enough. All right, let's grab that, and we will put this here, and we can check. We should start getting those in, and I'm going to throw in some speed upgrades. We probably don't need it. The Dimlet researcher is kind of slow, especially right now. We'll need to get into infusing it later, but we can see we're full of unknown Dimlets. Okay, so those stack to 16 as well. We're going to go down to our processing area here, and we've got power somewhere that we can tap into, maybe. Where's power? Do we have power? Yes, we've got power coming off that. Let's grab some energy conduit. Need the top tier stuff. Do we have any? Ender energy, yes, okay. So what we'll do is come across like this, and one more. Not quite what I was expecting. Okay, I see why. And we'll grab our wrench, because it's always good to have that. It's not what I intended. And we will put the Dimlet, what is it? Dimlet researcher on right here. Oh, interesting. So let's come up one more. Where did it go? Where is my energy conduit? Like that. Okay. Then we can put that right like so, and it should be getting power. Yes. Yes, it is. Okay. Now we'll put some item conduit. Did I have that too? Maybe it's in the back. Yes, there it is. Okay. Put that there. And item conduit, put that on the top, and we'll do insert, and then we'll throw on the ender chest, and that should be extract, always active. And so we've now got sky blue clouds, and then what we need to do is this is the part where I wasn't quite sure. We're going to be ending up with a lot of these, a lot. So what I've done is we've still got the modular storage. Okay, so we're going to set that up like so. Okay, and then we're also going to have a couple of these. Let's do item conduit out like that. Can we? Okay, so insert, yep, and this will be extract always, and then we'll put a couple of diamond chests. We're going to make this priority 0. Okay, I'm going to have to get down below here. Okay, we'll see if we can pop up through the floor here. And this will be insert priority 1 and this insert priority 2. Okay, so that means it will favor the modular storage. So we can see those coming in like so. Oh, higher priority. Oh, my bad. Let's put this up to 3. Okay. Well, there you have it. Okay. So learning a little bit. So we've got some dimlets coming in. I'll have to get some more modular storage going so that we can see this. But yeah, that's kind of the name of the game. We just got to wait for this thing to fill up. Over here, items are shown in a list view. I think that's fine. And we will group on type, show groups. No, group on rarity, show groups. And what we're looking for is rarity 6. Okay, so right now the most we've got is rarity 3, and we'll just keep going through there. But I'm going to let this thing fill up. You can kind of see it filling up right there. There is a progress bar, but the most we can do is 300 stacks in here. So not all of them are going to be stacking like this. So we'll fill this thing up in no time. Anyway, I'm going to let that process, and I'll bring you back once we've gotten through a majority of them, or if we manage to get a rarity 6 in here. So we've got some rarity 4s. Not too bad. Not bad at all. Okay. Okay, well, I'm just going to let this run, and I'll come back once we've processed the rest of it. All right? See you in a bit. I'm sure this setup looks a little different than when we were last together. What I've done is I've gone ahead and added 3 extra of these modular storage. I've filled them up with the 3rd tier storage module and the Dimlet storage module. I've got nothing in here. I have started putting these Patreon Dimlets in here. I think that's just for people that supported the mod author during its development, so they get their names in there. And I've been having to just pull those out so that we don't waste our modular storage on something that's not going to actually matter in the long run. Anyway, we've gone through all of the dimlets that are in this system. We can take a look here. Yeah, no more dimlets. You know what? I went through that too quickly. So notice, no more unknown dimlets. We might occasionally get one in from the Enderman farm over in the end, but for now, not much. So we've completely processed those all the way through there, and we filled up this modular storage unit. Let me go down to, I've got this sorted by rarity. So we've got a bunch of rarity 5s, not a bunch, but decent amount. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 of those, but nothing further. Okay, so that means I can pretty much ignore this for now. We're still looking for a rarity 6. Over here we've got rarity 5, and that's it for now. I have to wait for more dimlets to come in, and I don't know. I'll have to come up with something to maybe get dimlets faster. Maybe I can go with like an Enderman powered spawner or something, so we can have that going. But for now, we've got we've got a bit of a problem. So I really need a rarity 6. I don't have time to wait to get a rarity 6 before the end of this episode, before ending this episode. So what we're going to do is off camera, I'll figure out something. What I'm thinking is we've got some Enderman souls, okay? And we've got spawners that I've got here. That we grabbed those from the various nether fortresses we visited a while back. I might turn one of those into an Enderman spawner, and then we'll use the Draconic Evolution thing. Let's see if we can pull out Draconic. Let's get this guy, and let me just show you what I'm talking about. Come over here, index, and I think we can go to, let's just look at core first. No, okay. And we'll maybe scroll down to spawner. I think it should be in here. It tells you about that. Computer craft, Reaper. Let's see, Reaper. No, mob souls maybe. Stabilize. Okay, here we go. Stabilize mob spawner. So you put down a spawner that you've moved, and then you right-click the Draconic core onto it, and then you can put in a mob soul into that thing. And so if we were to put a nether star into that thing, it would not require me to be there. And then if I put a wyvern core, excuse me, if we were to put a wyvern core, upgrades it to tier 2, which increases the spawn count and speed. So we might be able to do a wyvern core. Can we do that here? Do we have enough? Let's see. Wyvern energy core, wyvern core. Yeah, I think we can do that. Okay, so maybe next time we're together, we're going to work on adding more abilities to spawn Endermen. So the one over in the end, not quite enough. We'll upgrade that thing and see what we can do. But anyway, that's going to be it for now. Hopefully you enjoyed. If you did, a like is always appreciated. And if you haven't done so already, think about subscribing so you are up to date with everything going on the channel. It's been a lot of fun messing with RFTools, and we'll get into that. But I really need that rarity 6. We could build a dimension next time, and maybe go searching for Dimlet structures. But anyway, I'm going to try and get it out of the Enderman, and rather than blowing up our world save file with tons of dimensions. So anyway, hopefully you enjoyed. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.